right. I feel like I'm in a studio now.
I know, dude. Like, you got the light. It feels
so good.
Yeah, it's so simple, you know.
Yeah.
Good little stand. That's good content, though.
Hell yeah, man.
Just keep just act natural.
Yes. Well, Matt Gagne, welcome back, man.
What's up, man?
Oh man, just chilling, enjoying the day. Founder, owner of Flock Goods. We're here to talk about the flock life.
Yes, sir. The flock life.
Mm-hmm. What is the flock life?
Flock life is a lifestyle that started just through my recovery. I mean, we spoke before about my journey through rehabilitation. That's how I've discovered the five fingers, and the five fingers were ultimately the collective model approach that was formulated through that recovery process. And it started with physical fitness that trickled into mental health, nutrition because I needed to fuel my body in order to heal.
Yeah.
Lifestyle because you have to be sane. You have to have balance. You can't be too rigid. You can't take life too seriously. All these elements are combined, and then the rest, because your body's constantly in recovery and your cells are constantly, recharging, and you got to give yourself rest. And there's many different ways other than just sleep. Like I said, it's the collective model approach.
Yeah.
And the flock life was born from that journey.
Sounds like just a ridiculously personal experience that it came from.
For me, of course, it's dear to my heart because I'm so connected to that story, but my story is simply a spark. The flock life is a culture that's born from other people's stories. We all have a story. Like, how do you flock? Flock is, like I said before, it's a noun. It describes our community. It's a verb. We move together. It's not a fucking cult. It's a group of individuals who have a tenacity for life and have the self-respect to want to take charge. Who do take charge in their lives and control the things that they can. And that's the five fingers.
Yeah, something that we were talking about just a little bit ago, man, was when one of those like foundational moments of your life, or the foundational points that is in your life is off, it kind of fucks up a lot of stuff. It's this snowball effect. If you are too far gone on one of them, say health, that's going to trickle down to so many different other areas.
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's more than that, though. And that's why it's the flock life. There's so many variables. I mean, the five fingers, but there's so many subcategories within those five fingers. But I want to inspire others to take charge, to be empowered by flock, by what we're doing. It's not just me, my team that's behind me. Like, we all have a story. We all want to share. We all want to help people and build each other up and do this for the right reasons. We're building something way bigger than any one of us could possibly dream of, like, individually. Like, we're a family, and we have ideals, and just we don't accept excuses, especially from ourselves, because most people are in their own way, and that's why I want to help people get out of their own way.
Yeah. Dude, this is a lot more than just CBD.
Fuck yeah, man. CBD is a part of nutrition, which is one of the five fingers. But I really mean it when the collective model approach, you'll never be a master, but the pursuit in total wellness is what I'm so passionate about, because I took back my life because it was taken away from me. I thought taken away from me by the actions of another. I refused to play victim. And if I was coddled, where would that have left me? Like, it's not about what happened to me. No one cares. It's about what you do when you wake up tomorrow. So what are you going to like, what's the next step? Like, make a list. Like, what's important to you, macro and micro. So many people, like, I hate to keep saying that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to get down on people. I'm trying to motivate people to stop wasting time. Life is precious. It's short. And we so often, myself included, I'm not like saying, I'm not talking from up here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm no one. I'm not an expert in any of these things. I'm pursuing that achievement. I'm pursuing that knowledge, and I do know quite a bit from my personal experience. But that's why, like, this is one conversation. I want to reach out to other experts in each of the industries of each of those areas: physical fitness, mental health, nutrition, lifestyle, rest. I'm going to keep saying it because I want to affect change by I feel like there's an epidemic, man. Like, there's an epidemic of in our society that is just people are becoming soft, and it's because we're so comfortable. We're so comfortable, and we don't even realize it because it's taken place and progressed over such a long period of time. Our whole lives.
Yeah.
We're comfortable. Like, there's never been an easier time to live in human existence that we know of. Yeah. And there's so many ailments like mental health, and a lot of people, I've seen so many people close to me. I see like so much negativity going on in the world. Why are people so upset? And I believe it's because comfort, and we need to, as a whole, collectively push ourselves to be uncomfortable and do things that we're scared of doing, that we're maybe shy or self-conscious or just fearful of judgment to do.
Dude.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, like,
oh my God. Yeah. It's so crazy, the fear aspect of just not doing anything. Like the thought of like somebody seeing you, and like I was thinking about this earlier. I didn't surf for the first couple years that I was here. I didn't have much of an excuse other than the fact that I'm like, ooh, I want to go out with somebody that's going to be able to like show me and like all this and that. And it's like, there's no other way to do it but to do it. Mm-hmm. And it was not wanting to wind up on the random video montage of the person eating shit from a wave that crashes on them. You know, the person that's like trying to stand up, it's like flailing all over the place. It's like, it's like, no, we all start somewhere. Like, we all start somewhere. And I think what you were talking about with like the comfort, I think it's comfort with inaction at the same time that has got us to this place of just a lot of angry people not doing anything.
Dude, it's like I used to tell my students in SCAD in the wind tunnel jokingly, and after building rapport, right? Like, we're trying to suck less and do better. Like, we all start at zero. Yeah. Like, myself, everyone. We all start at zero. Some people have maybe a natural talent, be it like a genetic gift, or have predispositions due to an upbringing, or whatever that might be. Everybody has a different hand of cards, but whenever you're learning something new or pushing yourself to try something, we all start at zero. Even the instructor or the person that you're seeking to show you the way, even that person started with nothing. Yeah. Like, I started with nothing. Like, we all start at the same place. And I want everyone to just eat a fucking huge, like, not a slice, a whole humble pie. throw out the ego, and really, this stuff is, throw out the ego, throw out the ego, and just learn to know it's okay to fail, and know it's okay to not have the right answer, and know it's okay to change your opinion. Okay, I think if you formulate an opinion, like for myself, I can only speak I only speak the things, I speak my truth. So I only speak the things that I'm comfortable and I know about from experience. Yeah. And I hate to.
Did you lose it?
Yeah, I lost it.
You're speaking from your own experience Trying to see if I can get it back.
No, lost it. It's gone.
Lost it?
It'll come
Okay.
back.
Okay.
It'll come back. Shit's real. It's real. Like, I think
You just seem like you want every fucking buddy in the world to know what you're going after right now, because like since I've known you, it was like the first interaction was, it was a lot of just talking about CBD.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot about, you know, your story and how you kind of found CBD.
Yeah.
And now I'm just looking at the progression. You just seem like you're fucking ready to just run through a wall.
Well, CBD was a huge part of regaining my quality of life. Okay. I will say that. I haven't taken a single pain pill, not even ibuprofen, in years. It's been over 3 years since I've taken a single, even ibuprofen.
Wow.
I simply use CBD, THC, whole foods, and I work to reduce inflammation naturally. Mm-hmm. I work with myofascial release. I have many different tools that I utilize for that. I get massage therapy, stretching, and I'm constantly exercising. I'm not just doing chest and buys. Like, I'm working posterior chain, I'm twisting, I'm pulling, pushing, single arm, leg, like core strengthening, just from the foundation up. Like, it started again with physical fitness, and then it started, I actually had a friend, she was a sheikah in Dubai. She is literally a princess in the royal family. She suggested to me an alkaline based diet to help with my healing. This is when I'm wearing a halo.
Oh shit.
I was very receptive. I said, you know, I want to try anything that I can do. Anything within my power to influence my healing, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I started juicing. I had like kale, celery, all the greens.
Hell yeah.
Tasted like shit.
Yep.
Drank it anyway. And first day, I'm like selfie, and I sent her a picture on like Facebook Messenger, and she took it upon herself to go and basically buy an entire store of supplements. Like, I swear, she must have, what I envision is she went to the store and was like, Yalla, I'll take all of those products, like on the wall. Maybe just gestured to the wall, because she had 3 giant trash bags full of products that 3 of my friends delivered to me. What? And I had tried basically every superfood and natural supplement that you can. Yeah. And that's what really started my infatuation with supplementation. Oh. But it's supplementation, right?
Yeah.
Like, it accentuates the diet. Yeah. So number 1, diet is on point, right? Yeah. Like quality meats. Like, I believe in quality meats, vegetables, and, you know, simple carbs, and giving your body the fuel that it needs to fuel, right? Mm-hmm. I think of food as fuel, and I love to eat. I eat a lot. Yeah. I don't eat less. I eat better. Yeah. And I'm not crazy. Like, I'm human, right? I operate between the 80 to 90 to 10-20 rule, right? And that's why I say there's kind of a ish factor. Like, if you're disciplined, that's what the flock life is about. Being disciplined, you can afford to have your fun, right? Yeah. Have your cake and eat it too. Dude, a little bit.
I think that was a major piece that's missing from some of the mindset stuff that goes the route of you gotta grind until you die, and it doesn't afford any room to enjoy life. Like, I think that has gone so fucking south that it's not even funny, because we're seeing people pop up with disease left and right. You're seeing all these people that have gone that route and are now going, okay, I gotta find something different, because this isn't the answer.
To me, it's about sustainability. Like, if I can figure out what works that I can stick to, then over time, that consistency plus action over the period of time, a prolonged period of time, that will equal results. And when you keep the consistency up, that becomes your default. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, those habits, those rituals are just they're anew, and they're much more positive, like positive influence on your quality of life. Okay. And I think so many people get caught up. I also have the no bullshit approach. Honestly, like, I talk shit to myself. Like, when the alarm clock goes off and I want to hit snooze, I'm like, get up. get the fuck up, pussy. Like,
Oh
you've
my
got
God.
shit to do.
Dude,
right?
I
Maybe
That's so
some
funny.
people don't
That's so funny.
agree with it, but for me, that's what the 5 fingers is about.
Yeah.
It's 5 fingers is about punching someone in the mouth and then giving them your hand and helping them up, saying, you can fucking do this,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do it with you.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna do it with you. That's the community. That's the flock community.
Yeah.
The verb, we move together, because we're not all moving. We all have a different path.
Yeah.
But whatever the fucking path is, it's going forward, never backwards. Like, stop taking backward steps. It's 2020. It's a new decade. It's a new year. It's a new decade.
Oh my
like,
God,
it's
yes.
time to start doing shit that works, and that starts with accountability for your own actions.
Yeah.
Like, how about start being honest with yourself and stop making excuses?
Yes.
Because it all starts by doing. If you do it, then, like, Nike had fucking amazing. They have the best branding. Like, I'll give it to them. Like, just do it.
The easiest
like,
thing ever.
man, like,
Yeah. Just do it.
I know I'm probably sitting here, I sound like, oh, that's that easy. Like, no, it's not
No.
easy. It's not easy, but we all have a choice.
But I like what you said about the like the internal voice that's going on, because that works for some people. You know, I think it's whatever the voice in your head is going to get you to do the thing. If it's a softer voice, use that. If it is one that is going to, you know, try to get you out of bed, it was cracking me up when you were saying that, because literally this morning I was laying down and I was starting to do the thing of being like, man, I am comfortable as hell right now. And in the back of my head, I just heard, get the fuck up!
Yeah.
Get up! Get up! And I was just like, all right, I'm getting up. And that's the one that's been working for me lately.
I love you, man, but I strongly disagree. I respectfully disagree with that assessment.
Alright.
I feel that everyone falls into that category. Everyone. And not everyone likes that flavor of sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everybody needs a little taste of it. And do it in their own way. You don't have to use profanity. The point is, get aggressive. I think aggression in many cases in society is viewed in a bad light. And when used negatively and used for harm, it is a bad thing. But when you use it for good, to eternalize your own inner human aggression, that is what's going to help you affect real change and do the things that you don't feel like doing. Because on an animalistic level, it's in everyone. And
almost a confidence builder.
Everyone has it. Like, everybody, like I said, I'm no one. Like, I wasn't always like this. Like, life humbled me, right? I had a plan. I was a lucky one. Like, but life was like, fuck your plan. And we've got another, and at the time I was hurt. I didn't understand, but I've found a new, more profound purpose. I used to, it was a cheap thrill to take. That was one of the funnest jobs ever, taking people for, but that was like, wham, bam, thank you, man, it's over. They'll probably not even remember my name.
Taking people
I
skydiving.
want to affect people in a positive way so it affects their life long term. And they remember that mindset in order to persevere over any obstacle. And that's like, it's all about, like, I started with the dream of travel. I was inspired by skydivers. When I got my job, the first job at the wind tunnel, indoor skydiving, I was around skydivers and I was like, whoa, these guys are like borderline superheroes, right? Because like,
dude, I've seen some of the shit in those
like,
tunnels.
not only did they have the biggest invisible dinosaur balls, they will just not, like, it's not that they were fearless or that they had a death wish or that they took very conscious steps and like a logical progression in the pursuit of doing something incredibly brave. And they fed off of that adrenaline, but that's also like a drive that got them there. And like, people don't have to throw themselves off of a cliff to get that same rush. That's different for everyone. Like, but how many things are people like putting off and prolonging and saying, I wish this, if only that, or like, I have family members that will complain about other people instead of talking about solutions to obstacles. That's what I'm focused on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not focused on the problem. I'm focused on solution-based thinking, and that's the culture that the flock life exuberates, and that's what is breeding as this is all building. It's like I get goosebumps because I can't believe I like it dawned on me the other day, like breaking my neck saved my life. How about that? Fucking, like, it really, really did. Like,
it's the, dude, if you can somehow turn the bad shit that has gone on in your life, and even reframing it is...
People have done way worse. People have had way worse.
People looking at it as bad in the first place. It's just a thing that happened. Like, if you look at the obstacles that come up in your life, and you can use those for your purpose, I think that is like something that fucking Flock embodies.
That is that's the message. Like you now we're speaking the same language. Yeah. Like it's turning that negative, that trauma, and that's why I may seem harsh, but I truly believe that for me it was a big trauma. Yeah. Everyone needs some sort of trauma or event to really like shake them, wake them up so they can start giving themselves the tough love and actually exercising that discipline that they're capable of, but the self-doubt and the laziness of being, and because they're too comfortable. Yeah. Seek being uncomfortable. Do something that makes you uncomfortable every single day, and I swear to you, your life will turn around. Like it will be totally different. Yeah. Like I was terrified, like literally like trembling to skydive for the first time.
Yeah,
and I'm not ashamed to admit that, but strapping a fucking magical backpack on your back, jumping out, and it's nothing but nylons and some string and rubber bands, and you know you're trusting that to save your life. And once I was able to conquer that, and I only even built the courage to do that by looking at these skydivers that I was working with at the wind tunnel. And being inspired not only by the skydiving or the traveling, like they had passports full of stamps, but it was really like the attitude that like these people lived, and it showed in the way they treated people. They were truly happy, truly comfortable with their themselves because they were so focused. Like people say 20/20 vision. These guys are like laser beam focused on their goal. Like whatever that is, like they're going after it in a whole nother like way, and that like action sports heroes possess that champion mindset. Like people say like Michael Jordan was insane, like you know because he didn't get on the first basketball team he tried out for, and then he just went out and just shot like thousands of free throws.
If he would have got on that first basketball team, we would have never heard of Michael Jordan.
So that insanity, right? Yeah. To me, that's tenacity. That's balls. Yeah. That's flock balls, right? Like that's what is going to give people the courage. That's why I say like be empowered by flock, and it's not by me. It's by flock. Is something far bigger than myself, bigger than my team. This community of people like who truly live tenaciously, and bold is such an overused word, I think, but bold is something that like is out of the norm. Like most people don't do the bold. They don't make the bold moves. And they usually will live with regret. Like I try to speak with old people as much as I can. When I worked at the wind tunnel, I used to take, you know, every different type of person there is. Like, and I'm engaging with them in a very extreme, like high stress environment, and I'm communicating with them so they can execute our plan. And I would always just pick their brain as much because that's like old people have experience. Especially you meet an old person that has their wits about them, and they're usually active, right? They've stayed active. They get up early in the morning. They get going. Motion's the best lotion. Like they live. They have a purpose. It's purpose driven, and they take care of themselves. And that comes with self-respect, self-love. Personal development is so important for everyone, and I want to spread that message and I like Flock is not. We're not an MLM. We don't do any fucking recruiting. I refuse to do that. I'm delivering this message because I believe in it. And that's Flock. We have Flock Goods. That's nutraceuticals. Yeah. We specialize in CBD. I want it, like, the future is huge. Yeah. So the Flock life, like, I want to be able to go and speak and share my vision, my message with others. And that's where people can go to learn more about that. And I want I please everybody, if you subscribe, like, follow, whatever, do all the things. Make sure notifications. That's a thing now, right? You're supposed to. I don't know, man. Like
turn.
I was a skydiving bum, and then life has taught me a lot, and I want to share what I've learned, and we're gonna be reaching out to people far more knowledgeable than myself, and getting their opinions. And we're also going to be reaching out to action sports athletes and talking about the 5 fingers and how they affect and influence their personal and professional lives and, Flock lives. So.
Yeah, man. Okay, so to take it, before we wrap this thing up, I did want to go back to something about failure. And because that's a point that I think most people struggle with, at least at some point in their life, on how to handle it. What's something that you can think of that, like, you failed at that has been a teacher when it comes to life?
Well, I guess it started when life kind of reset for me. So my accident, it was July 23rd, 2014. I didn't realize the magnitude of the event. Like, when I was laying there waiting for the ambulance, like, I didn't know what was going to transpire. Like, now this is a little over 5 years later. Like, I had no idea. And, like, I thought I lost everything. And what I found is everything comes full circle. And I don't necessarily believe things happen for a reason. I think you're dealt a hand of cards, and then there's many variations to how that story can transpire depending on what route you take. And for me, like, it's been this is just my truth. Like, this is all just kind of organically snowballed because of the passion that I've adopted through this journey. And it was to take my life back, because the actions of another man changed the trajectory of my life days before I was slated to be a professional sponsored skydiver. Now I can barely skydive ever again. I'm thankful I can. So I thought I lost everything. I thought I lost my identity. That was not only my passion, my hobby, my revenue stream. That's how I made a living. All my friends were in skydiving. And now, like, I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to do it again. And having to accept that, swallow that pill, and then forgive anyway, because holding on to that poison of hate and blame,
that's going to eat you up,
would have only, it doesn't. I truly do it. Like, I am at a point now where I truly do forgive that person. And I have empathy, and I don't feel that he even understands the multitude of how it's affected my life and how it could have been a whole different outcome than where I'm at today. But I adopted that mindset because I saw my own weaknesses at the same time. I was a juvenile delinquent. I used to not be the person I am today. And I didn't want to take pain pills for the rest of my life. Like, when this happened, I was in the hospital. I was in Dubai. I didn't even get morphine. Like, it's not like here.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that, because if I was here and on that morphine drip, with my history, I probably would have spiraled drastically downhill and been a totally different person. But while I was over there, I made a conscious decision to say, fuck that, I'm going holistic. And to this day, I don't take it, like, I truly, because the gut biome, the nutrient absorption, like, I'm not a scientist or a nutritionist, like, I do a lot of reading, and we all have access to information, right? But that's why we reach out to industry experts who are the experts. Yeah. But I had the intuition to know, like, I didn't want that to be my life. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was like all or nothing, and that's why, like, I believe it has to be a harsh event in a drastic shift. I think I heard, I think it was Grant Cardone who mentioned, I heard a quote from him, I don't know if it was his original, whatever, it was a man or a person or a corporation who changes a little bit, changes not at all. And that really resonated with me, because I had already adopted that mindset long before, but I believe it to be true. There has to be a drastic shift to reset your default. You know, there's something to be said about the wiring in your brain, the psychocybernetics, and the ability to kind of restructure yourself. But
and that shift can take a minute.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. No, it's
you give me a window. I'm gonna download all my theories.
Yeah, because a major shift altogether, I think, is really hard to do. When you break it down like you do into the 5 fingers, though, it gives you starting points. Yes. Because when you look at these, like, big points of, like, shifting your life and going a different direction, growth and learning, and, like, all right, I don't want to be this person anymore, I want to be this person. And it's like, how the fuck do I get from this path all the way over there?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you have a community like what you're talking about here, where it has industry experts, where it has different foundational things that people can implement into their lives, it makes that big shift not as hard.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I started a meetup group. So we got the Flock Life meetup group. So yeah, we're going to do a bunch of different active lifestyle things, because we have community. That very reason that you said, like, you were waiting to have someone to help you, guide you, or do it with. Well, we're a community, and we're about being active. So
hell yes.
All active lifestyle activities.
In San Diego?
The first, actually it's the second event. Okay. And it's at iFly in Mission Valley.
Hell yeah.
Indoor skydiving.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got an hour booked, and we're just gonna have at it. There's like 16 of us.
Dude, that's cool.
That are just gonna shred in a bottle hurricane. Hell and everybody's like first. Some people are second time now. Because it's just experiencing, like, human body flight. But we're gonna do all sorts of stuff, like indoor skydiving, hiking, bowling.
Yeah.
Might do a group gym workouts.
Okay.
We'll do outdoor workouts at in Mission Bay and different tons of stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
So it's exciting. Check it out.
Fucking future's looking bright, man.
Yeah, man. So flock with us.
Oh shit. Well, any last minute things that you want to say before we end this one for today?
Just stay tuned. Just keep your eyes and ears open. Hit notifications so you see when we're putting out new content. Got a newsletter going out every week. Tons of stuff. So
awesome.
Get flocked.
Get flocked.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed it. We're out of here.
Later.
See you.